Okay, I think we've pretty much got a quorum. We could probably start. Is there anyone who'd like to moderate the meeting today, or?
I don't mind doing it, but happy if anyone else wants to do it as well.
If you could do it, I'll take notes.
Okay, sounds good. Let me just get the agenda up right here. Great. Okay, so the first item on the agenda, hopefully I have the right one. This is meeting 11, we're April 30th, so yes.
Yeah.
First item on the agenda is the update on the ProgPow audit. So Hudson, do you want to give an update here?
Absolutely. So as we, I don't know if everyone's seen this, but on Twitter, we released a statement saying that the audit's been funded. Right now we're going through different logistical things to get the final proposal signed by all parties, and then the audit can start. I don't have anything else besides that really, and I don't have an exact ETA on when it'll start. I really hope it's this week, but I don't really have any other details.
Great, thanks. Anyone else have any comments on that? Okay. Next point was the hard fork coordination update.
Sorry, just a quick one on that.
Oh, yes.
Hudson, has anything changed from the original proposal?
Yes. Let me see what has changed real quick. There was, I think there was a more exact hardware. Is everyone able to hear me?
Yep, perfect.
Oh, wonderful. There was an element, let me pull it up, for the hardware piece, and that was taken out. So let me see exactly which one that was. Ah, here it is. Okay, so the length of time it would take to create a ProgPow ASIC, that has been taken out. That's something that would be difficult to, I guess, what's it called? To estimate. And so because of that, they took that piece out. So we're not going to be able to get that information. And that's just something where, depending on who you talk to and what their motives are, that's kind of speculation anyway. So I'm not really too concerned that that piece is out. It'd be great if we had that, but really what this audit is going to be checking primarily is the security of the Ethereum network, like any kind of attack surface, and known methods to speed up the calculation of the hash function and things like that. So, and then identifying any advantages or disadvantages that ProgPow would present in comparison to ET hash, it says. So it's pretty much, if you go to the blog post we released on it and you click on the proposal, the thing that was taken out is number 4, if anyone wants to check on that. And that's it.
Cool, thank you.
Great. So next item was the hard fork coordination.
Oh, that's me as well. Yeah, let me go to that real quick. So Boris has kind of taken, Boris and Dano from the All Core Devs meetings have kind of taken point on this right now, as far as trying to come up with a schedule for the hard forks. As of right now, we still have Istanbul that will be coming up in August. We still have May, which starts tomorrow, as the month where we want to cut off submissions for Istanbul hard fork EIPs. And then after that, we may go on a 4 or 6 month cadence for hard forks. We still need to have kind of some cat herder participation that we haven't had in that, but since we've been focusing on the ProgPow audit, we haven't really gone that far into that yet. But there are people working on it. They just aren't necessarily all cat herders, which is okay. I think that's about it. I don't know if anyone else has any comments on that.
Yeah, I guess just for the record, Dano and I work together pretty closely, and I think one of he was at the Berlin meetings last week with ETH 1.x, and I think it seemed like 6 months hard forks were pretty consensus, so everyone seemed to agree to that. I think Alexei was pushing for 4-month hard forks, and the biggest objection there is just if anything goes wrong with 4-month hard forks, you are like developing one hard forks as you're bringing another one into production. So if anything goes wrong, such as during the last hard fork, which was delayed a couple times, then it kind of sucks because you already have this other hard fork coming down the pipe. And so one of Dano's proposals was like, we should probably start with 6 months. And if we get good at 6 months, then maybe we can shorten the cycle. Yeah. And there's a Ethereum Magicians thread about this where Dano had like a little graph showing like what it would look like for both 4 and 6 months. I'll try to link it in the Zoom chat.
Okay, great.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks, Matt.
And the next item was Moloch DAO and Aragon.
Well, apart from the last meeting, I guess I put this into the agenda because there was discussion that we might want to create something in the Moloch DAO. There was going to be some discussion after the last meeting just with regards to that. I didn't see any discussion in the internal Gitto channel. So if there's nothing further said, we could probably move on.
Okay. Next one was updates from the action items from Constantinople postmortem.
Charles, do you have an update?
Yeah. So Pooja started working on the action item number 2, which was the emergency comms kind of template for the whole process of setting up a emergency team, getting the message out, and just kind of putting each step in place. And she submitted a document, and I was actually reviewing it currently before hopping on the call. And it should be there for other people to review. We can post it in the Telegram or Gitter channel for others to put their eyes on it before merging it in. Pooja, do you have anything to say about that?
No, that's fine. And about that, the list where we should share the information, if you would want, I can also document that in GitHub page and then share the link. Otherwise, that is that.
Yeah, whatever works.
Okay.
Charles, would you mind putting a link through just in the Zoom chat, yeah?
Okay,
Yeah.
you want to share the link of the information part right here? Oh,
And I'm currently editing that one as well, so it might, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
The other ones are, there was one other in progress, I believe, that Pooja could speak to, and there was a rubric that was started as well. But otherwise, the tasks, Pooja was actually speaking with me about it and maybe opening it up to I mean, we already have it open up to everyone in the Telegram group or the Gitter channel, but if we would like, we could potentially open it up to the external cat herders community to try and come up with some PRs to fix these action items, which would probably allow it to be completed a lot sooner than us doing that, because we have the other issues, more or higher priority issues at hand right now. Just an idea, though.
Yeah, I think I have also mentioned it in the previous newsletter that community help is required here. So if we want, we can keep on repeating it till we are seeing some people to come up and help on whatever issues are left over there. I believe 6 more are showing pending to-dos.
There's 6 outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
I don't personally see any issue with opening it up to the wider community. Is there any objections here?
No, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Agreed. It'll be open up to the wider community. Do we want to post that as a note to via Twitter or something like that? We can talk in the Gitter channel afterwards if you prefer.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool to open it up on or send it out on Twitter and actually see if people start taking on those tasks. I mean, that's probably one of the better ways, but the more engaged people are within the Gitter. So we can do both.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Okay, anything else about this? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. What about the contact list task? Is it something we're gonna open up to the community too?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
We wouldn't want to give emails away.
Yeah, basically.
Is there a way that we can just, I don't know if we want to delete that one or just like make it private or?
So the spreadsheet with all the stakeholders' contact information, there's no real necessity to have that open to anyone because it's mainly for kind of coordinating hard fork or network upgrades rather, and contacting them when we need to in emergency situations. So there's no need to have that available at all, in my opinion.
Got it.
I mean, it's because there's an issue there on the to-do list about creating a contact list. Though, if we're not, I think what you're saying, Hugo, is that if we're opening that, like, are we opening that to do to the public also? Is there a way to make that only visible privately?
Yes, maybe we should just remove that item and keep it internally.
Yeah. Does anyone disagree with just removing it and keeping it internal?
Yep. Happy with that.
Okay. Anything else on the postmortem?
I think that about covers it.
Cool. In that case, the next one is Ethereum development portal.
Yeah, so with the progress with that, there's the Gitter channel that people are kind of discussing on. The progress has slowed down due to other priorities, but I was speaking with Nina, and her partner Alexander, who created Play Ethereum.org, which is a online Solidity editor, and it's just a great resource, and they're keen to help out. So we've been chatting about that. In terms of getting things up and running, it'd be great to have a call with the people within that channel or whoever's interested within the cat herders as well to start organizing and putting things in action and setting up a timeline and potential cost estimate for the Moloch DAO report, proposal if we were to go that route, or just deciding what route we want to go in terms of funding it or bootstrapping it and all those details. So I guess the next step there would be to set up a call with the stakeholders.
Anything else on the development portal?
I don't think so, unless anyone else has a comment.
No.
No. Website design.
Yeah, so Helena and I are trying to lead that one.
Yeah, we need to jump on a call quick, don't we? But I wasn't able to make it last week. But yeah, I mean, if anybody else wants to join us as well, I can do another attempt of coordinating a call for us.
Yeah, the thing is that beyond Elena and I having a chat, it would be great to have some more input from the rest of the group. So clearly, the website right now it's outdated. It's not looking very good. So I'm even thinking of, does it even make sense to have the website up and running till we have something better to show? Like, does it make sense to shut it down for the moment? And apart from that, also, what kind of things do you have in mind in terms of what kind of information would you like to see on the website? I think that's a discussion that we should have, like the whole group, and not just Elena and I.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just open the conversation here. Any input would be very much appreciated.
I think also what would be quite good from like what I see is that the upcoming network upgrade that we have is really outdated. So I'm not sure if we can just do a really quick fix on that. And then we can kind of start discussing how we're going to shape it, like, you know, moving forward. But I think just kind of updating that real quick would be really awesome.
We can do that. That would be quick, and there shouldn't be a problem with that. Yeah, but then what do we do later with, you know?
Just having a look quickly. I think for the time being, as Alina said, exactly right. I mean, it's, as you say, it is a pretty basic website, but it has the links through to the Medium and to the Twitter and to the Getter, etc., which remains useful enough. Certainly, the removal of the upcoming network upgrade is a must, and if we can, even if we just simply point through to Ethereum Wiki, where they currently have the Istanbul updates, just so that people can see that, because at the moment I don't think anyone's got any access to the Istanbul wiki, or it's not really as well publicized as perhaps we'd like it to be. So if you could perhaps have a link to that instead, and then everything, then by and large the out-of-date stuff is removed, and we can start looking at trying to fix and put better improved data on the website.
Okay. Also, right now we have all the links to the AIPs that were included on the last network upgrade. Does it make sense to keep track of the AIPs that have been proposed for Istanbul?
So if you had a link through to the Istanbul wiki, the Ethereum wiki for Istanbul, it's actually got the ERPs that are currently being looked at in that. So all we need is just a link. Okay, perfect.
There is one more link that I have been maintaining on ECH GitHub for that Istanbul Hub for EIPs. You may probably look at it, and if you find it's good, you can add that too for that Istanbul Hub fork. And this is being updated, like I have been following ACD and Wiki itself, and it's being updated as accordingly. So if it is helpful, we can add that there too.
Would that? Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I think it would be beneficial if we put a kind of brainstorming document up in the channel to discuss what we would like to be included in terms of necessities, and also things that we could have in the long term as per design, and just get kind of some rough consensus there on what we want and what we need to add and change, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I can start a document or something that we can share amongst us, and then we can all just kind of do brain dumps on.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Okay, I'll try to make this quick fix maybe by tomorrow or the next day, and then we can all start sharing our ideas in that document. Also, regarding the link Pooja shared, wouldn't that somehow duplicate the info that people might find in the wiki link?
Yes, that is there, but I just sent it for reference that this is what we are trying to keep it at our end at ECHN, because that website is basically for ECH. But yes, for Istanbul, definitely you can refer the wiki link.
Okay, okay.
Anything else on the website? Okay. Next action item, next agenda item was the discussion on fund allocation.
Yep. So I guess this comes from just a quick discussion this afternoon, or my afternoon, probably morning with Lane, just around the current limit amount, I guess, in terms of how much money we can make a decision on regarding funding for certain activities. So, for example, Lane suggested that we have a Zoom Pro account for the cat herders. Currently, we use Hudson's account, which is great. We did previously have access to Lane's account, but Lane's account has currently been cancelled. And so now we're kind of beholden to Hudson, which is great as long as Hudson helps us out. But if he gets cross with us, then we're kind of stuffed. So it might be worth having one, but regardless, that's the discussion after this. Basically, I said when he proposed this in the funding of the GitHub section, I said, well, should this be something we should be putting towards the Aragon DAO boat? And he said, well, it's not a hell of a lot of money. Should we have a threshold before we go to an Aragon DAO vote? So if it's less than X amount of money, then we can have a nominator and a seconder, and that gets passed. Or if it's over a certain amount of money, then basically the cat herders need to decide whether those funds need to be allocated. I suggested $500, but that's just a notional number. I'd be keen to hear what others think.
I guess I'm curious what the size of expenses have been in the past. So I feel like we pay people for the notes, which is I think $50. Has there been anything other that's much bigger than that?
From my recollection, no, not at all. At this stage, the only money that's been going out is really for note taking.
I feel like if that's the case, then maybe I would go just a little bit lower than 500 to start, given the, if what we need for an average expense is $50, then maybe, I don't know, 250 is still 5 times bigger than that. And if we trust that 2 people can do that, that seems fine. But it's not a very strongly held opinion. So, yeah.
That actually sounds really reasonable to me. I agree with what Tim's saying.
Does anyone else have any firm opinions on this? I think $50 is, or $250 is a reasonable amount for a threshold. So I second that. William seconds it. So if there's no other objections, we'll go with that for now.
Great. And I think we should feel free to revisit this if at some point it becomes annoying, too small of an amount, whatever. We can always raise it in the future.
Sounds good.
Next item was the Zoom Pro account, which I assume cost more than $50. So
Yeah, at $14.99 per month, $150, or no, that's 10 months, or $180 for a year. We don't have a Zoom account. Is it worth us investing in it?
what's the biggest thing we get with Zoom Pro?
Zoom Pro is just basically allows us to have meetings outside of this meeting, which is currently using Hudson's account. Going forward, if we were to have any other meetings, such as discussions around hard forks or Ethereum 2 or the work being done in Constantinople and so on, we've got a spare account that any of the cat heritors are able to use and set up meetings, thereby not having to rely on someone like Hudson to provide.
Yeah, the Pro account, so a normal free Zoom account limits meetings to 45 minutes long, which is annoying. And the Pro account makes it unlimited meeting times. And also you can set up meetings for the future and a few other things that are useful.
Can you record on a normal account rather than a Pro?
That's the other thing. I don't think you can record on a normal account.
Does anyone?
It's been a while.
Does anyone oppose us getting like a Pro account for any reason? It seems reasonable to do, but is there like a counter argument?
I think if we do, we should do the monthly plan instead of the yearly plan, probably. I mean, depending on how much money it saves us to do the yearly plan, because we might end up in like 3 months or 6 months with someone else getting a Pro plan that can be used and shared from their org, and then we can use that one instead. Good,
yeah, good point.
That I'm happy with that. I think the yearly plan is $150. If we were to go for a yearly plan, so it gives us 2 free months, which $30 is neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems like Zoom Pro on a monthly plan. We agree to that?
Who's going to be in charge of that?
We can go and I'm happy to set it up, or I think Lane was looking to do it himself, either or, and then they can look to claim the funds from the account on a monthly basis.
And the other thing is when we set it up, we can just share the password amongst a few of us, I think. So any of 2 or 3 people can log into the same single account and set up meetings, because it's a per user fee. I don't know how many users come with a single Pro account. It's either 1 or 3, I forgot. But if it's 1 single user, then we'll just share the password amongst us.
Yep, that seems reasonable.
Okay.
I'll have a chat with Lane and come back to everybody in the Getter channel, just with regards to how it's been set up and various people that will be allocated passwords or etc.
Sounds good. And that's all we had in terms of agenda items. So number 9 is whether there's any other business we want to discuss.
Yeah, just a quick one on that. You would have seen in the Getter chat, managed to have a chat with Danny Ryan from Ethereum 2.0. We're going to be having a meeting tomorrow at 2 p.m. UTC, just to have a general catch up with regards to what Ethereum 2.0 is doing and where potentially the Ethereum cat heritors can help Ethereum 2.0 move forward.
Can you please share the appointment and the link?
Share the appointment in the link. Yep. And other action item from Tim. Hudson, can we create a cat herders at ethereum.org email?
If just because someone said there's only one host with the Zoom Pro account, so if we're sharing the password to the account, we probably want an email to share as well.
Oh yeah. Let me think. Let me think about that more, only because I don't know how tightly we want that associated with an email service run by
The foundation.
The foundation. However, since we own the domain ethereumcatherders.com, or is it ethcatherders.com?
Ethereumcatherders.com.
Yeah,
we
we have
can
a
set
domain.
up. Yeah, we can set up like hello at ethereumcatherders.com for about $5 a month through Google. So that might be look a little more official.
Yeah, makes sense.
Admin at ethereumcatherders.com.
Yeah, something like that would work too. We can make aliases once we set up the single account.
Yep.
Cool.
And actually, Hugo, do you own the domain, and what hosting service is it on?
I think Charles does own the domain.
Can you repeat that?
Sure. Do you own the ethereumcatherders.com domain? And if so, what hosting service is it on, like GoDaddy or Namecheap?
It's GoDaddy.
Oh, GoDaddy. Okay. I think there's a way from there that you can buy, I think it's called Google G Suite, and it's something around $5 or $7 a month, and you get an email address associated with your domain. There might be a free way to do it too through GoDaddy. We should explore that.
I think there is a free way, I guess 4 or 5 email are there on GoDaddy.
Oh, nice. Okay. So let's explore that. Charles, would you be able to look into that since I don't have access to a GoDaddy account?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks.
Cool. Anything else on the Zoom /emails /domains? I had a quick update on like the whole governance process stuff. So I've been slowly chipping away at EAP1 and trying to make the non-technical parts of the EAPS process more explicit. I had a PR up to add a page to the eeps.ethereum website. And as I submitted the PR, I kind of felt like I didn't necessarily want to create an extra page that has to be maintained forever to describe these processes. So now I'm thinking I might just try to merge that somewhere into either EAP1 or the README of the EAPS repo. So I mean, if anyone wants to have a look, I think the content I'm sort of happy with at this point, but I'm not happy about the fact that it like needs a separate page. So yeah, just looking at ways that I can merge this into already existing and maintained places.
Cool. We'll have a look at that. Thanks, Matt.
Anyone else have anything they want to talk about before we review the action items? Okay. Let's go over them. So action 6.4, Joseph to post the updated communications checklist. I don't think Joseph is on today.
I'll probably chase Joseph up. It's just, I think it's something he could quickly do and send through. I think it just keeps slipping his mind. So I'll chase him up and see if we can get that done this week.
Cool. 7.3, Hudson to provide feedback on the hard fork coordinators.
That's now complete.
Yep, I did earlier.
Yeah. 7.5, looking at the proposal by Luke from a while back. I know I had left some comments on his PRs. I think Charles as well, you had. I don't know if there's anything else we want to do here.
I've had a look at it as well. I didn't have anything further to add, so I think we could probably close that one for now. It will be handy to bookmark it though. I think certainly with regards to breaking it down into individual smaller projects that we might be working on.
Agreed. 9.1 was Hudson to work with Charles on making a post about ProgPow audit. I think that's been done.
That's in progress. I haven't had time to look over some of what Charles has written, so I'll get on that.
Cool. 9.4 multi-sig key holders to work on separating the funds.
That's separating the funds between the Ethereum cat herder funds and the ProgPow funds.
Okay. Has that been done?
When we send in the money to pay for the audit.
Okay. So let's leave it there just to make sure it happens.
Yeah.
10.1 hard fork coordinators call to be set up post Berlin meetup. We had that. Oh, actually, no, it's true. The call was canceled, right?
Yep, it was.
Yeah, it was cancelled, but I believe we already have the updates and like the comments over there and the ACD call last Friday. We did cover this part.
Okay, so so nothing more to do with this specific action item.
Yeah.
Can be closed.
Okay, and yeah, last one, invite all cat herders to participate in the website call or to provide ideas via the Gitter channel.
I think that can be probably cancelled for now. We'll be adding it to the brainstorming document for now.
Cool. And then next meeting is currently scheduled for 2 weeks from now, same time. Does that sound good with everybody?
Yep, that makes it the 14th.
Yes, it does. Cool. Is there anything else anyone wants to chat about?
That's it.
Okay, great. Well, thanks everybody.
Thank you very much, Tim.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you in 2
Thank
weeks.
you.
Take it easy.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.